Hi, this is Karen Burke from Karen Burke Photography, and tonight I'm going to show you how to take a winter shot and turn it into night and make it Christmassy, light it up. I was online tonight and a friend that I had met through I don't even remember where, on a photography site. Very nice woman. Her name is Sherry Brace Smith. Through her page is Angel Light Photography on Facebook, and this is the photo that she had posted. And I told her that that I loved it and asked her if I could play with it, and she said sure. So we're going to take this photo and turn it into this. And we'll start here. And initially, I just wanted to straighten the tree. It looked kind of sad, tilted to the side. So you take the lasso tool and you just encircle the tree. Click Select, Modify, Feather. I usually leave it around 25. OK. And then we hit Control J to duplicate it, Control T to free transform, and we're just going to straighten them out a little bit. Okay. Now we're going to create a layer mask. Click on our brush, turn it to black so we can be erasing, and we're just going to lightly erase the perimeter. I'll zoom in so you can see what I'm doing. And I'll bring the background tree back in to where it was originally, but leave the pine tree standing up straight. All right, see right here we're getting the original stump back in, so we want to go back and just put that back in and straight. Okay, and I'll do is I'll flatten it. I'll pan back, and we will start converting to night. We go to color lookup, which could either be this round circle here, and it'll find it there, or you go to Layer, New Adjustment Layer, Color Lookup. Click OK. And it's in the top of the drop downs. We're going to go to Night from Day Cube, and we are going to leave it at that. And we are going to also add another color lookup, which is going to drop the blues. It's not going to be so blue. Color lookup, drop blues, but we're going to decrease the opacity on that because we do want some blue. I've got it about 61%. That's at 100. Okay, what you can do here is if you want, because we want the tree a little bit brighter when we add the lights, you could go in now and just ever so slightly mask out the night cube, night from day, and I want to put just 44%, might be just a little much. Bring it back down. I've got it at 23 now. And we're going to add lights over here, so we'll just brighten this up a little bit. Brighten up the foreground. Oh, it's too much. Get a bigger brush. And let me just go back on my history to get rid of those couple of dots there. Okay, we got it at 19. We'll try 14%. Just kind of paint in there just to lighten it up a little bit. Okay, alright, we got that. Got rid of the blue, darkened it. Okay, we can flatten again because I want to burn the night sky and a little bit of the perimeter to darken it some more. So we're going to go on right click, burn tool, shadows, keep it really, really light. We'll start at 15%, bring my brush size down just a bit. I think I've got it around 200 here. And just go in and darken the night sky. Darken the perimeter a bit. Just go in layers. I might do another drop blues. This still looks a little bit bluer than the first attempt that I had done. Okay, we're getting there. Just going to bring it down a bit more, so I'm just ever so slightly. Go to the midtones. Darken in just a bit. We're going to add light, so that'll be illuminated and it'll change the color a bit. Okay, I'm going to go in and just see what it looks like to do the drop blues again. So color lookup, drop blues, go back on your layers, and then just decrease till it looks good. I'd say about there. Let's see what that looks like. Maybe a little bit more blue, just a little. Okay, I've got that at 53%. Okay, we can flatten that. And now we are going to add some lights. I have my tutorial folder here with all my lights. We'll add to the tree first. I've got one of my, it's called a firefly and star overlay, but when you shrink it down it's just going to look like Christmas lights. Hit the shift key when you're resizing. Okay, and just bring it up a little bit. And if you right click and hit perspective, it can go along with the way the tree is. It'll just, you can widen at the bottom. And what you can do too is once we get this positioned, you can go in with the patch tool and add or take out lights as you need to. So once we get that overlay in, we're going to go on the layer and we're going to hit the screen mode, and that's going to add your lights. And we'll stay on that layer. We'll get the patch tool, and if you think something looks empty, you just make a little circle here, and then you just, oh, we got to rasterize. I always forget to do that. Okay, and we just drag it over a light, and it moves a light there for you. Make another circle, drag it over the light. There you go. That way if you're overlay isn't uniform or doesn't look the way you want it, you could fix it. Make your circle big enough so that when you go over the light, you're going to get the whole light instead of just the partial. Okay, put a little down here. Maybe one down here. Okay, you get the idea. I'll put a couple up here. Alright, apparently it doesn't go up that high. Alright, we're going to put the overlay up there anyway. This just gives you an idea of what you can do. Okay, now we're going to add the light at the top of the tree. This is Florabella, I think they're called sunburst overlays. They're very nice. It's a nice, good size set. Some of them you when you pull it over your photo, you switch it to hard light. Some of them you put it to screen. This one's going to be the tree topper. And we're going to hit Shift and bring it way down. Pull it up there. And this one is a hard light, so we're going to go to our be on the layers, drop down and hit hard light, and there you go. You can adjust the opacity. Sometimes if I want like a really big glow, I'll duplicate it. I will make one layer really big, but drop the opacity down, way down to almost nothing, and it'll glow out here. And then I'll have the smaller one on almost full force, and that's just another way to play with the light effects. Now we're going to put our lanterns in, and there we are. This is the one I had taken. There was a Revolutionary War encampment recreation. People were in costume in Warwick, Rhode Island, called Gatsby Days, and they had all kinds of really neat stuff. And I just took my camera and took photos, and now I have a very nice lantern to play with. When you're sizing these, once I get them placed, I'll zoom in and we can size them a little bit better. Now I'm just going to take this and I'm going to hit Control J, Control T, bring it down to another post. We've got perspective going here, so we're going to make it smaller. That looks about right. And we're going to hit Control J, Control T again. We're going to put one more in. Make that even smaller. This is where you need to zoom in because when they get this small, you have a hard time moving them around. Okay, now we're going to make these darker. I have to rasterize all of them. So we can make changes. Okay, now we'll click on the first lantern, go to Image, Adjustment, Brightness, Contrast, and we're just going to tone down the brightness. And what I could have done is done this first, and then each time I reproduced it, they would have all been darkened. That's what I did the first time. I forgot this time. So Image, Adjustment, Brightness, Contrast, Darken. Okay, same again. Image, Adjustment, Brightness, Contrast. Just drop the brightness. And there we go. We don't have to worry about dodging and burning or anything of that, because to make sure that they have shadows, because once we put the light in, you're not going to be able to see whether we did that or not. What you can do, and what I did, was I'll go in here and just dodge, brighten the shadows on this fence so that they look a little bit lit up. I'll do that right now. Dodge shadows, take it about there, brushes, make it a little bit smaller, and we'll zoom in so I can see what I'm doing. Okay. Make sure you're on the right layer. And my brush still needs to be smaller. Okay. And we're just going to brighten the fence where the lanterns are. Gotta move that. Okay, while we're zoomed in, I'm going to move these lanterns just a little bit, resize, while I can really see what I'm doing. Control T, and I'll hit the Shift key, so put it actually on a post instead of floating. Check. Next one, Control T. I think I'll move it just a little bit over here a bit. Take it down a bit, smaller. Okay. And I'll move this one too, just a little. Control T. Okay. Now I'm going to zoom back because when I put the lights in, those files are pretty big. And I'm going to go to pictures. I didn't pull this one out, so I need to get it. I'll go to my photo effects file, light effects, Florabella. Find one that looks like it would work well in the lamp. This one does, so I'll drag it over. Okay. Bring it down, pull it over. Hit screen. Okay. We're going to duplicate that. Oh, for goodness sake. Okay. Control T. I'm sorry, not Control T. I'm going to duplicate, so Control J. Why aren't you working there, buddy? Control J. Control T. Bring it down to the next lantern. Make it smaller. Okay, Florabella, pull you up top. Okay. Now we're going to duplicate it again. Control T. And make it smaller. Pull it up over the lantern, or pull the lantern underneath it, whichever works. Okay. Now we're going to put the North Star in. Okay, desktop. Another Florabella. Resize. Just angle it, put it right over the tree. Hit screen. And some of these have a little bit of noise on them. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. In this picture, I'm not crazy about it, so I'm going to take them out. It's just more of the light flare, but I don't like the way it looks. So we're going to put a layer mask on it, get our paintbrush, make it smaller, increase the opacity, and just take that out. Okay, just one more step and then we're done. In my Greater Than Gatsby actions, they have something called movable color, and that's just going to give some glow to around the tree, to the foreground. I used pumpkin, and what you do is you pull it down, and I decrease the scale about there. Oh. Yeah, about there. And that's good for that one. I'm going to do it again. Pumpkin. Decrease the scale. Maybe I'll increase it a bit more. Should have moved it first. It's too much. That looks good. Okay, and then I just take the opacity down just a little bit. I'll leave that because there's 3 lights there, and it's so that's how you take a daytime winter shot that was beautifully taken and turn it into a nighttime lit up Christmas shot. Again, I'll show you the before. Really? Before is over here. No, it's not. Alright, no, we worked on the before. That's why we can't see it. Okay, let's pull it up. Desktop, downloads. There's the before. We straightened the tree, darkened, and now we have Beautiful Christmas from the lovely Sherry Bryce Smith at Angel Light Photography. Thank you so much for letting me use your photo. I'll put a link to her Facebook page in the comments, and I hope you enjoyed the video, and good night.